Alright, Shalom, Makim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word on true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to, get into a lesson concerning the signs in the heavens. And as well as that war in heaven. Things are coming together. The intents and purposes of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And as you can see, these events today are not random at all, but prophecy unfolding. And one of them, which is the main prophecy, the climax is the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. In the fashion He's returning is like no other. The Lord is coming, as the world knows, as so-called UFOs. But it's the chariots of the Lord, the heavens hosts. And that's why you see today more reports from NASA and even the Pentagon concerning UAPs. These flying objects. And the talk now is this 3-eye atlas, which they saying it has a mind of its own, is even speeding up, heading towards Earth. And we know in the scriptures the Lord, when He makes His return, He's coming straight to America, man. And so these devils, they on the ropes. So let me get this article. And it reads, Comet 3-eye atlas emits radio signal, immobilizes NASA's planetary defense. So these devils, man, they really eyeing this Comet 3-eye atlas, because they know, man, they understand the fashion of the Lord is coming. And there's no coincidence you have the Space Force. It ain't just some Trump was on one day and watched Star Trek. Can't know, man. This is an effort for these devils to fight against Yahweh Shai, man. I just read a little into this article. It says interstellar comet 3-eye atlas detected on July 1st, 2025 by the Atlas system in Chile emits an unusual radio signal, prompting NASA to activate its planetary defense team. So this comet emitted a radio signal, and that caused these devils to pretty much get in defense mode. Now I got some on the planetary defense coordination office, as they say. It says in the Wikipedia, it says it's a planetary defense organization established in January 2016 within NASA's Planetary Science Division of the Science Mission Directorate. It includes a near-Earth observation program which funds telescopic searches and orbits calculations. You can see that's them. They really watching for Yahweh Shai. They ain't just them looking at the stars. No, that's their watchman. It says its mission is to look for and catalog near-Earth objects such as comets, asteroids, and potentially hazardous objects that could impact Earth, as well as help the U.S. government prepare for a potential impact event and coordinate efforts to mitigate and deflect potential threats if one is detected. So that's what they saying. This could, this could be the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. But the point is just these devils are moved by it. These devils are moved by the signs in the heavens. Let's get there in the book of Jeremiah, the 10th chapter. In verse 2, it reads, "Thus says the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them." See? Because at the end of the day, they're not for the heathen. Those chariots, they're for their destruction, man. That's on the heavens host. And you can see the reaction from these devils. Now the planetary defense. Let's show you that's really war talk. That's the Pentagon talking. But it said be not dismayed on them, man. Because that's I said that's the vehicles of our salvation, man. And that's gonna be the way out. As well as going back to the point of that war in heaven, how these devils have you can see that planetary defense. So you don't think these devils got certain lasers and shit out there in the heavens, these different satellites, you don't think that shit, them weapons? I'm talking about those, he set down his nest among the stars. So this is the reaction from the signs of the heavens, man. And going back, this is all this is the the climax. Signs to the climax of the return of Yahweh Shai. Cause that's what that's what it's gonna lead up to. Everybody looking up at the Lord, man, when he makes his return. But this is all the signs to that, the indicator that we in that moment. What's that? Luke 21. Luke 21 and verse 25, it reads, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars." See? So this is what we seeing, the signs in the heaven from the different types of moons, the solar and lunar eclipses, planetary alignments, the chariot sightings, that 3-eye atlas, that all falls in that category right here. It says, "And upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity the sea and the waves roaring." And as you can see, it says and. So all these things are happening simultaneously. Because we having these signs in the heavens as well as things that happen on the earth. These series of wars and uprisings and protests and deaths. It just show you where we at in this process. It reads, it says, "Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory." See, that's the climax. Out of all these things that's happening, it's so much you can't really focus on one thing. And Yahweh Shai gonna break all that up. You gonna have to acknowledge him. Even World War III is going to stop in a sense, and all the nations going to come after him. When you read with their 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, once the Lord come through, talks about how he come from those talks about how the waters were moved, and that's really the heavens. Cause it said all things trembled that looked under him, that was seen under him. So the waters were moved. Like they gotta be talking about the heavens. And something was under him, you know? But this the climax right here. The return of Yahweh Shai. And that's what these devils fear. Because when you go into it, John said he's seen the Lord with those crowns, those many crowns. He's coming to take over. He's coming to uproot, you know. Oh, even I think that's in what's that in the 1 Corinthians 15th chapter? You said to live up the kingdom to the Father, you know. See, Yahweh Shai is coming to uproot these devils. That's why you see that now they're getting the planetary defense, you know, and going, you know, the Lord, he's coming straight to America, man. Let's get that. What's that? Jeremiah 49 and verse 22, it reads, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. See? So that show you the Lord, his return is going to be an aerial, you know, he's going to crack the clouds, as we say. And it said he shall spread his wings over Basra, meaning what? That chariot is going to be hovering over America. But that could potentially be 3-eyed atlas or whatever. That chariot is going to be a huge chariot. That's that same chariot that was on that got us out of Egypt, man. He said he spread his wings over Basra, meaning he's coming straight. He's going to be hovering over America. And it says, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of the woman in her pangs. So this show you too as well, going back to that, you know, how the Pentagon is reporting these things. You know, the mighty men, that's the men of war. So they show you the spirit Yahweh Shai is coming in. He's be coming as the Lord of hosts. He's gonna meet them with that same, you know, energy. Cause that's what this devil coming with. That's why you got the planetary defense. Devil got lasers and shit. You got the space force. So this how the Lord is gonna. This how he's gonna move. But you can see it said the women. They're gonna be afraid. But the Lord gonna put the spirit in them to fight still. Yet they're gonna still fight. And that's why you got fighter jets and see the Lord equip this devil for this final battle. To make it, you know, he already set the devil to, you know, be over the things in this realm, this earthly realm. But it's a limit. That's why when going back to 2 Esdras 13, it talks about when the Lord got through with it was nothing but dust and smell of smoke. Because we're going to see the two classes, the heaven and the earth, and you're going to see how far it sees the heavens, far it sees the earth, man. The spirit far sees the flesh. what's that? Let's get it. Isaiah 31, Slakia. Isaiah 31 and in 3 it reads, "Now the Egyptians are men and not the most high, and their horse is flesh and not spirit." Yeah, because guess what? When he finally get that call, you gotta make sure them jets gassed up. When them chariots finally come and show themselves, reveal themselves, and the Lord finally come and reveal himself, them chariots gotta be gas. I mean, them fighters just have to be gassed up. You gotta make sure everything chart, the maintenance on there. And that's why you seeing the planetary defense. They had to prepare. Even when they're fighting, it can only do so much. It's bound by the rules of the earth. From them even shooting, they gotta reload, or they can't shoot too much. It might overheat. The chariots are not bound by any of those things. It says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall, and they shall all fail together. And the Lord stretch out his hand is sending Yahweh Shai. But that's what he's about to do. He's about to recover his people. For thus said the Lord, so like for thus have the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. See? So the Lord he's on a mission, man. And nothing's going to deter him. As birds fly, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. Hey, and we hope to be a part of that number, to be kept at that new Passover. The Lord coming and said, coming defending, also he will deliver. So he's meaning what? He's going to be destroying and delivering, man. And it said, as birds flying, that's how he's coming in those clouds, in those chariots. And just going back to the point of that 3-eye atlas, you see how worked up these devils are when they see something in the heavens that's perceived to be unusual. They get their panties in a bunch because they understand the movie. We telling them the movie. So they picking up on, they seeing these signs, and we helping them make sense of what's going on. So these devils are worked up, man. But that's the balance. Those are two reactions. We excited while they're afraid and sad. That's the balance. But those signs in heaven, we are that the war in heaven makes sense now, man. The Lord returning those clouds, these nations being dismayed at the signs of the heavens. We see now, we see why. So yeah, I just hope it will edifying. I like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaching his word out, true faith and sincerity. Shalom.